So Rigoletto, I know that when you studied with Franco Ferrara, he instilled in you a tremendous admiration for this piece.
Well, Ferrara used to say, and he's not alone in amongst Italian musicians, that Rigoletto was Verdi's greatest opera. And you would say, well, what about Otello? What about Falstaff?
Right.
And he'd say, he'd been corrupted by that German fellow, and thought he should start writing music dramas. And really, Rigoletto, I do think, is, of all those middle period Verdis, before you get into the last great pieces, is outstanding. It has such tension. All the singers have fantastic music to sing. There's that absolutely unbelievable quartet, which is a great example of how people can be singing and talking about different things and having different emotional states, and yet it all becomes musically a whole that was, first done by Mozart in a sense.
Yes.
But, the moment when Rigoletto realizes that he's just taken part and aided and abetted in his own daughter's abduction is one of the most... I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it.
Yes.
Great chorus writing.
It's a harrowing story. I mean, it's a horrible story. I remember the first time I saw it, I just thought, why would you even set this? This is so just... And there aren't any sympathetic characters in it, really, except for Gilda. And even she is not that wise, but she's led a very protected life.
Wise, partly because she's been kept sort of shuttered away by her father.
Right.
I think of it as the greatest Shakespearean opera not based on Shakespeare.
That's very good. I think that hits it.
It has such human depth to it,
Right.
and such understanding of the human crisis. And the character of Rigoletto is so profound. The two monologues he has are like Shakespearean soliloquies. Parisiamo and Cortigiani are unbelievable outpourings of his soul.
There's bitterness in him and cynicism in him, and yet the tenderness that he has for his daughter, of course. I mean, he's a very complex character.
I remember also the first time I saw it, the duet is so tender and so beautiful in the beginning. Her aria sort of expressing the purity and every kind of all of the highest ideals. And of course I'm thinking, well, this is the Prince and Rosina and Barbara of Seville. This is, he's well-intentioned. Of course he really loves her. And then the next scene is just such a shock.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
he's a bounder. He's a cad. He's not a good guy.
Not a good
absolutely.
guy.
Duke.
And we have a great cast.
Yes.
We have the wonderful Polish baritone, Andrzej Dober, making his lyric debut in the title role. And later in the run, we have the wonderful Serbian baritone, Željko Lučić, also making his lyric debut. Another, I think, very exciting lyric debut will be that of Albina Shagimuratova, a spectacularly brilliant dramatic coloratura soprano. Who I've worked with many times, and I'm thrilled to be able to welcome her to lyric.
It's a really shiny voice, isn't it? It has that kind of silvery glint to it.
It does, but a great warmth and a great beauty
yes.
at the same time. What's remarkable about her is that she has all the coloratura agility, but a great expansiveness too.
Yeah.
And Giuseppe Filianotti, a favorite at Lyric, with us last season in Lucia, returning to sing the Duke.
La Donna Immobile is one of the classic tenor arias. That and Nessun Dorma, those are the two big ones. Maybe Una furtiva lagrima, but it's the hit tune.
Well, you know the story about that, La Donna Immobile, that they knew it was going to be such a hit that the music, it wasn't rehearsed until quite close to the premiere, and they would, everyone was sworn to secrecy and said, you can't go round humming this,
We'll have to remember that when we come to bel canto rehearsals, won't we?
Yes.